See now here. Now let's go back to question to lesson module lesson 1. Okay, but there's something I want to tell you about before we go to module 3. Now, something small. We have to continue it. Now, relations and functions. We talk about the relations. We say that we have a domain, which are the values of x, and the range, which are the values of y. And we said, how can we know if it is function or no? Okay, and we said that in order to know if it's a function, one of the ways by drawing the map, the second way by the vertical line test if I have a graph. And then we talk about how can we know we talk about the function notation, how can we determine what is the value of the function. We have two ways, by the rule, like if we have f of x equals 3x minus 4, and if I asked you about f of 0, you can find it. So we have now two ways to find the function at certain point. The first way by the equation or by the function you have, and the second way that we have to learn it today, graph, like this one. After after the long after this stop talking, please. Let's come back. Forget. I don't know what from this news. Yeah, now. So we can find or determine the value of the function from the function itself, or from the function notation, or from the graph. Now, before looking at this one here, look. Let's go to solve. Jury, please. Now, let's see now how to find the function or the value of the function at certain point. As you see here, we have a function. It's not linear. It's a type of function. We call it quadratic function. Now, look at them here. Are they closed or open? Open. It means it doesn't stop. Yesterday, when we graph functions, you remember that it's something like this. Yeah. Which is line segment. We said it starts at 2 as an example, stop at 5. So it started from point, stop at another point. Because we have these ending points. But here, there's no ending point. It's open. So we will say that the domain here is from negative infinity to positive infinity. Do you know what's the infinity? Yeah. It's like this. Now, later on I will tell you how I know from negative to positive. But the domain here, since I am, this point is on the negative x, so I will say it starts from negative infinity. The domain is talking about the x values. So here is the values of x, which they are negative, and it ends at the positive y, which is positive infinity. So I will say here that the domain is from negative infinity to positive infinity.
I keep thinking as x means
domain. Yuri. Okay, let's get back here. Yesterday we said that if we have here as an example 2, 3, and 5, 7. Okay? What do I mean by the domain? Domain, it means the x values. I mean like here is 2, and here is 5, So the domain will be from point 2 to 5. Point to 5. So domain means I'm talking about the x values from 2 to 5. Range about the y values. That means here is 3 and here is 7. So I will say from 3 to 7.
Teacher, so the answer could be like from -6 to 6. That's the domain.
Yes, hello. This is what we talked about them yesterday. I did something in you.
Yeah, teacher, but that can be the answer, right?
لا yesterday. How the domain? What do I mean by domain? The x values. I mean from 2 to 5. So the domain means I'm talking about the x values. I'm talking about the numbers on the x-axis, which they are from 2 to 5.
Yeah, teacher, I know.
But
Like the real
okay.
numbers are on this graph, the graph that we're solving. Like it's from -6 to 6.
No. This one, keep it later on. Look, focus now on the red one. So this is how to find the domain. And the range, the y values. Where are the y values? 3 and 7. 3 and 7. So we will say that the range is from 3 to 7. This is for the domain and for the range. And as we said yesterday, or as I told you now, because it started from a point and stop at a point, we will say that we start from point 3 and stop at 5 as an example. But yes, بنقرا from the graph. As an example, this point here. Here is you things 4. So what's between 0 and 4? 2. Here it's 2. So you will say first x2, then y2. Yeah, if the point is here, you will say it's 2, 2. This is if we have closed, or we can say like line segment. But if we have here a line and it doesn't end, we start from a point, or we start from infinity, or we start from negative infinity, sorry, and stop and continue until positive infinity. So the domain here will be from where? You start from here, as you see, since we have an open arrow, so it means there's no beginning. We start from negative infinity. The domain is talking about the x. Since I am on the negative x, so I will say that I am from negative infinity, then I will go up to the positive x, which means the positive infinity. Now this is not linear function, this is quadratic function, another type of functions. What you didn't understand? Every time start from the small up to the big. I like this.
Oh, okay, teacher. So if you see like 2 arrows, it means infinity?
Yes, exactly. Okay. And if there's a point, it means what? See, here is this point or this arrow. Where is it? Is it in the positive x-axis or negative x-axis? Negative x-axis. So I will say negative x-axis. Here it is in the positive x-axis. So you will say positive. Exactly. Did you understand all this one? Yes. Now let's go back to how do you find the function at certain point? Focus with me now. Negative 6. You will say, where is negative 6? Here. You will make a line to get the negative 6. Then, now, where is this line intersect my blue curve? At which point? So you will say f of negative 6 is what?
And here, can I do 21?
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear? The second one, f of negative 4. Where is negative 4? Is it here?
Yes.
Now, where is, if it is here, where it is it intersect?
Zero.
At 0. Because here, negative 4, 0. And negative 4, where does it intersect that at this point? So we negative 4, 0. Type f of 0. You will, no, wait. You will go at 0, you go down. Negative 4, bravo. F of 0. Here is y is 0. If f of 0, you will make a line connecting with this point where it's cut the blue curve at point negative 4. So you will say the value of 0 is negative 4. No, this is the x, you have to find the y. You have to find y. So if you want to find y, you have to go upward or downward. What do you mean? F of x.
Now we are we are finding the y-axis, right?
Yes, exactly. The values of y.
The f is the value.
The numbers between f is x. You want to find y.
صح لأنه هو on the left and f of 6.
لا, where's it? F of 0. لا. See, f of 0. Where's 0 here? Here is 0. You will make a line to find where is y. How do you know where is y? Where is the point that intersects the blue curve? It's intersected at point negative 4. So you will say the value is negative 4. No, you start from 0 up. As an example, 1, negative 3. As an example.
Teacher,
But you have to search where is the blue curve.
teacher, it's like if you're saying like a number 20 or 21 or 22, it's like if you're saying 0 is the x and what is the y? Is that how, teacher?
Sorry?
Like if you're saying like in 22, okay, 0 is the x and negative 4 is y. That's how.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Okay.
لما يكون هنا ال f of negative 6.
Teacher, but why didn't you choose for
It's just one by one. Yes. Yes, Julie. Just a minute, please. Yes,
لازم
Julie.
ندور على negative 6 and يعني x axis.
Yes, you have to find where is negative x on the x-axis. Here it is. Yes. Then you will make a line, or you will see where is the point that is from negative 6 that cut the blue curve at point 5. يعني this is x and this will be y. Yes, yes.
Can we do that for because here we have zero? Can you do that for
Here 4 is x. But here f of 0, negative 4. This negative 4 is y. Nada. With that was. With. Yes, with y. Where is x 0? You will make a line up or down to connect the blue line. Where does it intersect the blue line? At point negative 4. So you will say f of 0 is negative 4. Got it now? Fine. Now,
this one is the point of and you have to find the 5. And this one is the point of the you have to find the 1.
yes, exactly. Type now, f of 4. Just a minute. Layal, you'll answer now. F of 4. Where is 4? No, 4 on the x, not on y.
This is 4.
Okay. Where does it intersect the blue line? Jury.
That's the 4.
This point 4. Where does it intersect the the y axis?
By I cannot read by 6.
Here is 4. 4. Where does it intersect? This is, where does it intersect the y axis? Oh, this, it must be in the blue line.
With this.
Yeah, on the blue line. Where's the blue curve?
This curve.
Okay, where is this point cut or intersect the blue curve? Where is it intersected? So at y equal what?
At y. At 4 9.
Before, no. So at 0.
It comes like this and here, right? It comes like this.
This one here.
This is the formula. So how would you do it?
That's what. Just a minute. Here is the 4. Where does the blue line? Does it intersect it here or here? Where does it intersect? At this point? So this point, is there an y value? Is it at? The y is 0. So that means, oh, it is on the x-axis, so y is 0. If the point is on the x-axis, that means y is 0.
So it will be
0.
هنا ليش خلينا انه الواي اكسس زيرو لانه هي على الاكس اكسس بس هنا لانه هو واي احنا ندور الواي اكسس وكان على الاكس اكسس فالواي
Here you have x, you have to want to find y.
دقيقة ممكن غلط شوي. Should I explain?
يلا تم.
She was
لا but not don't say it's written.
Yeah, teacher.
No. Sometimes it's not written.
Teacher, here is x. So x it's on the it's on 48 and خلاص we did x. And then where is the y? We should go up if it's y, but it's 0. It's on the 90.
No, that's it.
ها؟ يعني لو كان هنا راح يكون على الواي اكسس اللي هو هنا. صح؟
لا.
Teacher, I have a question. I am Maria.
Just a minute, Maria. طب see, you have this curve here. Okay? Then here is one. Then now, if I asked you, where is f of 1? Where is f of 1? What you will do? Here is 1. You draw up to the line. You must intersect the curve that I draw it, or the line that I draw it. Where is intersect the point? At which point in the y? 1. So you will say f of 1 is 1. It's the same. والله. Like here,
Teacher,
as an example, f of -2.
Equal -2.
I will draw a line from the negative 2. And why I'll go down? Because the curve is down here. Layal. Look at me, please. Just a minute. Yeah, miss. It's okay. Now for this one, at negative 2, where I have to go? I have to go downward. Where downward? Down. Because the curve is downward. I have to say, where is my line? My line is down. So I have to go down until I intersect this point. Intersect it at point negative. So now f of negative 2 is negative 2. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Так, for this one, is it clear?
Can I answer?
Tak, let's go back to this one here.
Teacher, I have a question. I am Maria.
Just a minute, Maria. Just a minute, please. Let's go back here now. Find g of negative 2. How do I find g of negative 2? First of all, where is negative 2? It's here. Here is negative 2. Now, I want now to draw a line to intersect the blue curve. Where is the blue curve at negative 2? Is it up or down? Layal, look at me, please. It's up or down? Up. You will draw a line until intersect. Until. Hella, see how you make a line.
It already intersected with the line. Yeah, and the 6. It intersected with 6.
See, make a vertical line at point negative 2. And see, this line, my red line, where does it intersect, or at which point does it intersect the blue curve? At point 8. So you will say g of negative 2 is 8.
Now you said that it intersects with the line.
Yes, where is intersect the
You
line?
went up. It already intersected. Look here.
How 6?
Teacher, it's not negative 2, it's 2. How did you get negative 2 from where?
It's from the question.
How, teacher?
How
Give
what?
me- Okay, where is negative 2, teacher? The point is not on negative 2. It's on 2 and negative 4.
Never mind. It does go.
No, not the blue line, not the point that is written. Go to B here. B, they ask you about g of negative 2. What does it mean? You have to go to the x is negative 2. Here is negative 2. You draw a line. Where does it intersect the blue curve? At which point? 8. So you will say negative 2 is 8.
Teacher, I didn't understand the question.
طب Maria, g of 6.
G of 6, it's up on the y-axis.
Tell me. I want to get you answers. Yalla, tell me. What is g of
It goes down to هذا and it's 8, so it's equal G6 equals
AR?
Oh, okay, so teacher, even if there was
No,
no
well, I want to
point,
see. Maybe it's not correct.
wait, teacher, it means
AR.
like, teacher, can I have
G
a
of
question?
6. I will ask you one by one, yes. G of 6, Jury. G of maybe her answer is correct, maybe it's wrong. I want to get your answer. All of you, okay? Think about it. I want to ask you about all of them. Not true or false, no. G of 6. G of 6 equals what? يعني negative 8. Okay. ندى. G of 6. Dean. حبيبة. What? أنت سمارة. سامي. سارة. ريال. So do you know why it's negative 8?
Because teacher.
Do you know why it's negative 8? Yes. It's negative 8. Yes, that's it. But if I ask you about f of 9, يلا on the graph, f of 9 equals what? Yes, Yanada. Negative 5. برافو. طيب f of 0.
لا 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 شوف one. Yes, you go up to here.
So f of 0, where does it intersect the blue line? At which point? 1. So it says it's 1. Right. f of 2. جوري جدا ما صار خلاص. طب okay, make it enough. f of 2. Yes, it's negative 4. أو g, not f, because the graph here is g. طيب f of 4. negative 7. برافو. So f of, what did you say? f of 4. negative 7. Try this, please, in order to understand these examples. Try them. How? My ear is.
What teacher? My we went to we rounded.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Teacher,
Maria, what's your question?
I still, teacher, don't get why, like, if you put like G4, why did you get negative 7? Why not another number?
Now here is 4. Here is 4. Okay, you make a line like this. Where this red line intersect the blue curve?
It intercepts with all the y-axis, teacher.
How?
Yes, teacher. You made the line. It's on the y-axis.
Maria.
Yes, yeah, teacher.
Maria, this is the blue curve. Where does the red line intersect it? At this point? Or at this point? Or at this point? Or at this point? Which one?
Oh, at
1, 2, 3, or 4?
4.
Maria.
Teacher, just a second.
At which point?
Yes, teacher. Sorry, my mother called me. Okay, teacher. 3.
3. Now make line to the y-axis. Here you have negative 6. Here you have negative 7. So you will say f of 4 or g of 4 is negative 7.
I still don't get it, teacher.
Is it clear?
No, teacher. Like, no, teacher, I understood it wrong. Like, I know, Julie, what she's saying, but like, I understood it wrong that if there is no point, you will get the answer A. That's how I understood it. Though it's wrong.
If there is no point,
Like, here, see, teacher, if you said G4, there is no point for G4, teacher. Like, there is no blue point for G4.
okay, in this case, there is no blue point. You have to find the blue point. The blue point.
Okay, how teacher you pointed?
You
How
have
did
to
you
draw
use
a line to see where is the blue curve intersect the -4. Therefore,
Oh, okay, teacher. Wait. Okay, teacher. Okay, thank you.
okay. Do you have any question now?
No, teacher.
6 minutes for no idea. Take it solution. Just idea. يلا. Now, let's start now. I don't know that we have a lot of time for this small thing. Module 4, lesson 3. Now, module 4, lesson 3. Let's talk about the characteristics of the linear functions. You know the linear functions?
Yeah.
We know in this lesson now, we're gonna describe it. If it is increasing or decreasing, what is the end behavior of it, what is the maximum point and the minimum point, and what is the zero of the functions. These are the characteristics of what? The linear functions. Today, I hope that we will, it's not where to go, but maybe we can see how do I know if the linear function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. There's a function, it's a drawn. We're gonna now determine if it is increasing, decreasing, or constant from the graph or from the functions. Let's see there. Let's go now to here. The first characteristic, if I want to determine whether a linear function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. Let's start now with the increasing function. Now, a linear function may be increasing, decreasing, or constant. I mean that it could be increasing, decreasing, or constant. What do I mean by increasing? Like this one. For the increasing function, why I said increasing function? Because where the output where's the output? The input increase. So if the outputs increase, which I mean the y values, the x value must be increased. In this case, we call it increasing function. As an example, the time of the age of the tree and the length of the tree. Imagine now, when the tree is 1 year, it was 1 meter. 2 years, as an example, it will be 2 meters. 3 years, 3 meters. 4 years. So as the time go, the tree gets bigger. This means what? Increasing. When the time is increasing, okay, when it is 1 year, its length is, as an example, 1 meter. When it's grown to be 4 years, you will see that its length will be 4 meters, as an example.
But teacher, how is the output? It should be the input.
The input, if the input increase, the output will increase, or the output increase, that must be increasing. Both of them, they must be increased. This case, what we say it's increasing function. Now, the second thing, that the graph of an increasing function has a positive what? Slope. So it must have positive slope. Now, do you remember how can I determine if it has positive slope or not? You go from the left to the right. If you go upward, it means what? Positive. Like I said yesterday, if you go upstairs, it was what? Increasing. It's not, you are on the left to the right, so you go upward. So the slope will be positive. And the last thing, that they slant the slope slants or goes upward from left
So increasing is always
to right. This is for what? For the increasing function. I am on the left, I go upstairs, I go upward. So this will be increasing. The slope is positive, and here, when the output is increased, the input will be increased. Slants and goes. Clear? This is for the increasing function.
decreasing is the opposite. Increases like
Type yellow.
teacher, if x decreases by increases,
Let's see.
from right to left.
here هذا كله يكون بوزيتيف، فهو اذا راح هنا يعني راح للبوزيتيف، وهذا كله نيجاتيف، فاذا هو كان نازل كذا فهو
No.
جاب هذا.
This must be increased.
اذا كان نازل يعني
It's
هو
increased. No, مش نازل. But you are at the left, you go upward. Even you are down or up, you go upward.
Yeah, if you go above it's positive.
Yes.
Go down, it's
No. No, but this one I mean by decreasing. You are on the left, you are at the highest point, then you go downward. As an example, your mobile. When you buy your mobile, okay, when you get the mobile from the charge, it has 100% the battery. When you use it, after, as an example, 5 hours, the age of the battery will go down until you say that the battery is dying, put it on charge. This is an example of what? Decreasing function. Once the time is increased, the output. Once the time is increased, the output will what? Decrease. So one is increased and the second is decreased. You will say they are decreased function. Both of them increase or both of them decrease, we say it's increasing function. But if they are opposite, we say it's decreased function. So if the decreasing function, the slope in the decreasing, the slope is negative, when the output increase, the input decrease. Or in the input increase, the output decrease. They must be opposite side. One is decrease, one is increase. If this case happened, that means they are what? Decrease. And here is the input. It's the same. Here is the input and here is the output. X is the input, f of x is the output. And the last thing here, that if you go from left to right, you go where? Down the stairs or downwards. Yes. I repeat, if the output is decreasing. Decreasing. Yes, exactly. If they are opposite, they are decreasing function. No.
يعني going less.
It is like this, you mean?
No, I mean يعني both of them are
Here, like this. If this is one.
No, I mean this one.
And input. How the input decreasing? Like, just a minute. How the input is decreasing? Yes, it's like this. And here it's like this. So you are in the left. You want to go to the right. You go upward or downward. So it will be increasing. If I told you, if the both of them the same, increasing function.
What if the hand is going like this?
Teacher,
Let's
I
be
still don't
constant.
get
I
the
will
out and input. I understand the left, but I don't understand the out and input. Like if we want to go to the right, what do we do?
If they are the same, it will be increasing function. The opposite, decreasing. Exactly. Yes, yeah, Maria?
Teacher, I still don't get out and input. Like if we want to get to the right, where do we go? In out, input, left. Where do we go?
Sorry, just a minute. What do you mean? If you go,
If we want to go like to the right, okay, where should we go? Out, input, left.
I didn't understand your question. Just a minute, please.
Stop talking.
If you,
If we want to go to the right, not to the left. Like you said, only we have left, out, and input. If we want to go to the right, where should we go?
you want to go to the right. What do you mean? You mean that you are going to be? I didn't understand your question.
Teacher, now can you see here out? It can be up and down,
Okay.
right? And input, it can be down only.
Okay.
Okay?
No,
And
no,
left
not
and
up
left.
and down. They have to be opposite.
What do you mean, teacher? I didn't understand.
I mean, like, if one of them upward, the input must be downward. What's your question now?
My question, if we want to go to the right, not to the out.
Na'am, they must be upward or downward. I must not mean upward or downward. I mean was increased and decreased. Where's the input decrease? They go to the left. But where's the output increase? They go upward. Tomorrow
Okay.
I will explain it for you because the period is finished now.
Okay, teacher, but I still don't get the out and input. Like on the graph, where is the out and input? Can you
Here
show
is
me,
the
please?
output. F of x.
Okay.
And the input is x.
Just?
Yes.
And the left is input. It's the one before input.